Bobby, can you hear me?
Yes.
I was seeing if someone could hear me on Zoom.
What?
I was seeing if someone could hear me on Zoom, but he's connecting to audio.
What?
I was seeing if someone could hear me on Zoom.
Yes. Who is
Bobby Barr.
on Zoom?
Yes,
Yes. Now?
yes,
Yes.
but he's connecting, it says.
Yes. Good. If you need anything, I bring for you.
Yes, thank you.
Do you need both? Uh,
Well, I could hit one.
one of that?
Yes, thank you.
Welcome, sir. Do you need something to eat?
After my meeting, yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Bobby.
Okay, good. Good,
Or
good, good.
good, good. Are you in? It looks like you're in your house.
I am, yes, right now I am, yep.
All right, sounds good. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well. How
Yeah,
are you?
I'm doing well too. Just I've had a very I've been busy today. I gave away a prize on for WIBG at a meeting with the news director at 11 o'clock, and now we're
Uh,
here, so that's good.
good. Well, whenever you're ready, bud, we can get started.
I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the next episode of my South Jersey journey. My guest today is a councilman of Ocean City, advocate for the disabled people in the state of New Jersey, a friend of Congressman Jeff Andrew. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bobby Barr.
Hi, Jacob. It's nice to be here with you today.
It's nice to see you as well. So my first question is, tell us a little bit about what what it was like growing up.
What was it like growing up? It was pretty good. You know, you have your trials and tribulations as a young disabled boy, and as you get older, you know that becomes more challenging. But my parents raised me to overcome those challenges and not let those challenges get in the way. I was the first mainstream student in Ocean City school history, so in some ways, I was a guinea pig and a trailblazer at the same time. And I'm proud to say that, you know, I think I did a good job and I paved the way for younger people to have a better experience than they otherwise would have in Ocean City schools, somewhat because of me. Now, laws have changed since then, and different things have changed to make it easier to integrate the disabled into quote unquote regular school. But I mean, it had its challenges. But growing up in Ocean City, it was a pleasure. It was an honor. It was fun. I wish I could go back and do it over again. I'll be 40 next year, and the time has flown by, and life goes fast. But it was a fun experience.
Yeah, that's what they say. As they say, time flies by when you're having fun.
Yeah, time does fly when you're having fun.
Yeah, and I mean, you just said you were the first mainstreamed student in Ocean City. Similar story for me. I went to Absecon School District, K to kindergarten, pre-K to eighth grade, and after graduating from the school, I went to ACIT, the Atlantic County Institute of Technology, and I was the first special ed I was one of the first special ed students they ever had, me and another
Yep.
child, and sadly, in the beginning, Bobby, it's better than it was. It's better now than it was back then. They didn't know how to handle it. It was like, what's
But
this?
Jacob, it takes people like me and you because only certain people can handle that. So it takes a person such as yourself that is strong-willed, a very positive person, that can get knocked down and keep getting back up. Not everybody is built to handle that, and that's why I always tell people, God has a plan, and God deals you a deck of cards, and He only gives the deck of cards to the people that He think can handle it, and you were dealt your deck of cards for a reason, and God thinks you can handle that, and He puts you on this earth to make a difference, and that's what you're doing.
Right, and that's what you're doing too, trying to make things better for the residents and the people of Ocean City and its state with Congress. You're an aide to Congressman Jeff Andrew, which I will get into in a little bit. So my next question is: you went to Ocean City High School, correct?
I did, yes, sir.
And and is that I'm gonna have you tell a little bit about one of your assistants, Brian. Is that did you meet him at Ocean City High School or
Well,
how?
actually, he went to school with my brother, and him and my brother became friends. Brian Leatherwood, you're talking about, and we met that way, and we all became friendly, and we're still friends like family to this day, and that's yeah. So that's how we met, Brian.
Oh, so he's he's your brother's age about then.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So what was what was your plan after say high school?
My plan was to go to college, which I did at Stockton University. I graduated with a degree in communication, a minor in history, a minor in writing, and a minor in marketing.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So you've got the three college degrees there.
Well, no, they're minors. My major was there's majors and minors in college. So
Yeah, right.
I had a major in communications, which is what my degree is in, and then minors in history, marketing, and writing.
So you've got so you're kind of in the same field as I am with the communication type of.
Sort of, kind of. No, yeah, sort of, kind of. I mean, I don't work in radio. I never espoused to do that. But yeah, I mean, in different ways, we are doing different things in the communication field. But yeah.
Um. So what made you want to become involved with the city of Ocean City?
Well, I mean, I've lived here basically my entire life, with the exception of a very short period of time, and you know, I uh, I love I love this town. It's where I grew up. It's what made me who I am, and I had some friends who approached me who said there was an open seat, who said they felt I could help the community, and they thought I should run, and I did, and I won, and now you know, we're hopefully we're making a difference.
Yeah, you're, as I like to say, and I'm sure you've heard, you're making waves.
Trying to every day, we're going through a lot right now with the COVID-19 deal, and it's tough on our city. We're a tourism community, and it's really hard, but we're trying to do the best we can to help people navigate through it, and it's really hard because hour by hour you don't know what the governor or the federal government or what kind of regulation they're going to come out with next. It's hard to keep up. So it's tough on businesses. It's tough on kids in school, parents, that kind of thing. So you just try to make the best of it. We're trying to land this plane, and hopefully, we get a vaccine here very soon, and we can get our lives back.
Yeah, and that's just it. I was talking to, I had a guest on earlier in the week. That episode will air shortly. And we talked, and that's just it. He's he's a performer, and he said, I can't even do like the normal stuff that I'm used to. I can't tour. He said, hopefully within 6 to 8 months, by next summer, okay, we can go. This is normal life again.
Yeah, yeah. That's the hope that we get a vaccine or we get a, you know, hospitals get better treatments and medicines, and that's starting to happen. That is starting to happen. Hospitals are dealing with it better, but it all takes time. I mean, this is something that a year ago nobody knew anything about COVID-19. It was something brand new, something we never dealt with before. But hopefully, in a period of by the middle of next year, we're back to normal. You and I can go to dinner or go to lunch or go to a show or do whatever, see each other and be laughing and have a good time and, doing what we did at Fitzpatrick's that day. And I can't
Yeah,
wait for those days. So that's the goal. But we got to make sure that our businesses have all that we can so that they can survive for that long. It's hard with all these onerous restrictions and these mom and pop shops and the 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 singer guy. These people, they're barely holding on, and it's sad. And us as local officials, we got to try to do what we can to help.
yeah. And just as you said, lunches, dinners, you and I had a great big fundraiser planned, and then COVID hit. We had to halt all of our plans.
Yep. So we had a great fundraiser for Field of Dreams, which you're behind, and we'll do that fundraiser, and we're gonna have 300 people, and we're gonna pack the house one night. We're gonna have one hell of a party, but we got to get there, and we will get there, and it will happen, and everything will go back to normal. This is America. This is what we do. We're the greatest country in the land, and science will catch up, doctors will catch up, and we'll get our lives back. You can look at history and look at the Spanish flu. It's very very similar to what is going on now. And if you read about it and study it, they went through some very similar things, and it took about a year, 2 years, and they eventually got through it and got back to normal. And if this happens every 100 years, we'll sign up for that, I think. So the next time it comes around, you and I probably won't be here. So
Yeah, true, Bobby. And I even mean, I know it was a shorter time frame, but the swine flu even a couple years ago, that they got that under control in about a year. So I, like you, have faith that we will get something
yep,
under
we
control.
will. We will.
So with the pandemic comes my next question. I've seen you on social media out at events. Of what kind of events have you been assisting with? I know it's probably been minimal because of the pandemic.
Well, we are doing some small things. Like yesterday, for example, you may have seen we welcomed new owners of Mario's restaurant here. Yesterday, we did a ribbon cutting for them. I was at a breakfast a few weeks back. So yeah, but you just have to use common sense. You don't shake people's hand. You don't hug them. You don't give them a kiss. You don't get too close. You just keep your distance. You say hello from afar, and you just try to be common. Try to have common sense and try to stay as safe as possible. But we all still have jobs to do. I still have to attend meetings with business owners, our mayor, our other council people, other interested parties. We can't. The world can't stop. He
And
has
that's
to keep going. And sure, there's some inherent risk involved, but you just have to, you have to be smart. You have to use common sense. As I said, you don't hug people, you don't get too close, you don't kiss them, you don't shake their hands, but you can still get out and do things and walk with a good group of people like Mario's restaurant in Ocean City. We did that yesterday, and that was great. So those are the kinds of things that meetings are still going on, negotiations are still going on, things like that. And some more is done remotely than was done before, obviously, but we still have to do some things in person, sit around the table and negotiate.
right. And I mean, that's just it. I mean, I haven't touched a an event or anything for quite some time, but I'm finally going back to work with the Wibbage in a couple of weeks. Not a couple of weeks. This coming Wednesday night for an event for Thanksgiving uh, at Renault Winery, and hey, I've been cooped up for 8, 9 months. It's time to get back to some form of normalcy. And I mean, I'm excited because it'll feel like something normal for a change.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, you don't have to be a shut-in. You just wash your hands, stay far away, keep your 6 feet distance. If somebody goes to shake your hand, you don't do it. At the most, you give them an elbow bump, maybe, or something like that. But you don't have to sit home and just do nothing. But you just be smart about the things that you do. And if you think it's going to be a crowded place or too crowded, maybe you don't go. Or if you go into a restaurant, it's too crowded, maybe you go to the place down the street or whatever. It's just a lot of this is common sense. Because I don't want to get COVID-19 certainly, but I'm not going to let it uh, ruin and dictate my life. The world isn't going to stop until this ends, and we shouldn't either. So but you do have to just be careful. Is all I would say. Be careful and enjoy and get back to work. I encourage you to do that.
Yeah, and that's just it. Like I've told people that I'm going to go back to work to, I'm like, I'm not planning on coming back till at least the springtime.
Yep, yep.
So,
This too shall pass, Jacob. This too shall pass.
yes. So how long have you been a part of government for Ocean City?
I was elected in 2016, and for the first time, and I was reelected just this past May. So
So about 4 years. Congratulations.
thank
And for anyone watching this that's trying to get in political office, can you tell them a little bit about what it could take?
It is a tremendous amount of work. It is onerous. It is an honor. It is a privilege. But you have to be willing to roll up your sleeves to do hard work. You have to be willing to interact with people. You have to be willing to be out there every day when you're campaigning from 11 to 8 a.m., which is what I did. I knocked on over 3,000 doors in my first campaign. I had to get new tires for my wheelchair because they were worn out during that first campaign, and you have to get involved locally. You have to get involved in boards. You have to if you don't know a lot of people, you have to get out and know them. You have to understand what they want, what they need, what the issues are in town. You have to talk to people. You have to be willing to take some not so pleasant phone calls every once in a while. People yell and scream at you, but oftentimes, they're well intended. They're just frustrated because they can't get something that they want done, or they've been waiting a long time. But you have to be willing to work. I mean, especially on the campaign side of it. Everybody likes the idea of, oh, I could be the president, I could be the senator, I could be this, I could be that. But when you tell them what they got to do to get there, they often sometimes don't. They don't want to do it. You also had to be able to raise money for a small council race here in Ocean City. The first time around, I raised over $16,000 for a campaign. Now, I was fortunate to have some help in that regard, but I still had to do it. And, the higher you get, the more expensive it is, and the more money you have to raise. So, those are the kinds of things that you have to do in a nutshell. It is not easy, but I encourage anybody who feels it in their heart and is in it for the right reasons to get out and do it, try it, and, and help the community.
Right. And I'm gonna say this too. If you're looking for any type of anything, it does not have to be political. It could be any other type of work that you're looking to get into. One way that will not get you into any sort of job is if you are lazy. Laziness will not get you anywhere. And if you're looking to do anything in life, you've got to be willing, number one, and driven.
Right. You're 100% right. I couldn't have said it any better.
So, can you tell us a little bit about what it's like being an aide for Van Drew?
What is it like? Well, I started with Congressman Van Drew probably, I don't even know how long ago it is now, but it's been well over a decade and a half that I've been with him. And I started it out as an intern, and I was, stamping envelopes and, doing, labels for commendations that he used to give out back in the day, and then they saw I was a hard worker, and they gave me some more responsibility, and I got to meet him, and we hit it off, and now for well over 15 years I've sat in with him on his meetings, and I've been, no matter who it is, whether it's people such as yourself, just the everyday folk, or the governor, or even the president of the United States in the White House this past December. I was there with him that day in the Oval Office. He chose to have me with him, and so yeah, I mean, those are the kinds of things, and I learned so much. I learned that good guys can win in politics, that people can, really help people. You hear all these dirty, nasty stories about politics, and people not doing such good things. And Jeff really, when I first got involved, he really restored my faith in that good guys can win. Here was a guy who was battling the people, and still is battling for people to get their unemployment. When I first came in, the first time, we went through the first economic crash in 2008. I was there then. I saw him staying late at night and not getting up early in the morning and doing it again the next day to make sure that people had their unemployment, had their health care, that kind of thing. And some of this stuff is life saving for people. And so he answers or makes sure that every call that he gets is answered, every email gets a response. And that's my creed. That's what I live by. And I just want to help people. And he taught me that you were able to do that in politics. And I just wanted to get involved, getting to know Jeff, getting to be with him, and the things that I've experienced as a result of that, um, have been life changing. As I said, I went to the Oval Office of the White House. I was there. I met the President of the United States, and so it's been an honor. Jeff is, forget about politics. Set that aside. Republican, Democrat, I don't care what you are. Jeff he's a wonderful, wonderful man who will help anyone who needs it.
Right, and you didn't tell me this story, but I remember reading online when you were looking to get home health aides and home assistants. He was one to step up and assist you, correct?
Well, back many years ago, My mom, we're going back a ways now. My mom was our primary caretaker, and she got injured. My brother is also in a wheelchair, and my mother got injured. She broke her collarbone, and the state had promised us all this care when she got hurt. And then one day I was in his office, ironically enough, and the state called and said, we're going to pick you and your brother up tonight. We're going to take you to a group home. And I was sitting in the office with him when I got that phone call, and I was shaken up because you well know I'm not the type of person, and neither is my brother, that belongs to a group home. And not that there's anything wrong with any of those things. Some wonderful things go on there, but I'm certainly not someone who I don't think belongs there. And he was able to pick up the phone and make a phone call and make it so that today, my brother, not only was the group home thing stopped that night, they did not come pick us up, and we did get the emergency care that they promised, and my mom healed, and everything is okay. But he also got us pretty much made it so that we were able to get on something called the community care waiver, which we had been waiting a while to receive. And he made it so that we were able to do that and have the staff that we're able to do the things that we do now. And I'm able to work in the way that I do. And without that, I would not be able to do that. So he's helped me on a personal level as well, obviously. But even aside to that, he would do that for anybody. I've seen him do it. I've seen here in Lake County, we get shortchanged a lot of times for things for the disabled, and he's made it so that we are able to at least get some of our fair share. And so it isn't necessarily about me. I'm just one example of many. I mean, he's helped people who have had cancer get the life-saving treatments that they've needed, and so forth. And that's what an elected official should be and should do. But unfortunately, not all are. I mean, I've seen it with my own two eyes. Most elected officials in his position don't even meet with regular everyday people. They let a staff person like myself do. So that's sort of the deal. So that's the story that you're alluding to, I think.
Yes, and that's nice of Jeff to do that, so that way you and your brother can live the productive and the life that you wish to live and so choose to.
Yep. Amen. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Um. What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
Well, in the limited free time that I have, I love sports. I'm a big sports fan, as you probably see. We're Facebook friends, so you constantly see my sports posts and things like that. I don't get a lot of free time, so when I do have it, most of it is just kind of staying home and spending time with my family. I have a girlfriend who lives in Pennsylvania, and she has nieces and nephews that are little guys that I'm very close to. So I enjoy spending time with them. I like to go to sporting events in normal times. I like to travel. I like to go out and have a nice dinner. Um, the just regular everyday things that a lot of times I don't get to do because I'm so tied up doing doing other things most of the time.
Right, and that's like I said for myself. Like I think when life returns to normal, I think I'll be back to work 5 6 days a week. Yeah, simply five, maybe six.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And,
Yep.
and Bobby, we when life returns to normal, we should get you out to the field of dreams.
We will do that. We were going to do that just prior to the pandemic hitting. I want to get out there. I want to do that. And we're going to, as I said, we're going to have that fundraiser at some point in time. We're going to do it, and I don't know when, but once we're able to have a capacity crowd at the Flanders Hotel, of 300 plus people. We're gonna pack the house. We're gonna have a hell of a night. We're gonna raise a lot of money for something that I know is near and dear to your heart. Something that your grandfather started in your honor, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And we're gonna raise some good funds for a very worthy cause, and we were able to secure them a $5,000 donation courtesy of the VFW. But we're gonna have that fundraiser, and we're gonna do that. I just can't. I don't know when. Hopefully, probably 2022. That's something that we'll do. So knock on wood, right? God willing.
Yeah, Lord willing. Yeah. I mean, that was. I mean, I'll do it all again, of course. But I had guests lined up. You were working on the celebrity front. Ken and I had musical guests lined up, prizes, you name it. Between the three of us, we had everything written down, coordinated, and then bam, COVID hit. But
Yep, yep, but we'll get there.
uh,
The good things come to those who wait, Jacob. So we will get there, and in due time, we will have our moment. We'll have our night, and maybe we'll get you a cocktail or two, and we can celebrate.
that would be a lot of celebrating. If I had cocktails, I would have to do it after I was done working when the band came on, because I can't be up there talking and all of a sudden they not be able to understand me, or I get too carried away on
Yeah, yeah.
stage
Well, what's Lionel Richie said? Lionel Richie says all night long, Jacob. So that part,
all all
that
night
part.
long. Oh yeah, all night long is right.
Yeah. So we will have that. We'll get that done. So.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I met you. I'm trying to remember how I met you. I think Ken put us in contact.
No, what happened was, remember Bernadette? We met through Bernadette, and
Oh,
I
right,
met you.
right, right. Yes.
I met you the night before Hurricane Sandy hit, if you recall. I
Oh,
believe it was the night. It was the night before, either it was Sandy or Irene. I don't remember, because the next day we evacuated. We were there with Bernadette and Brigantine, and that was the first time that you and I had the privilege of meeting. I knew about you before from Ken, but that was the first time that we actually met. And Bernadette was there, and then we went, and another night we went to Ken's house, and yeah,
had dinner. That was nice. And then
yeah,
we've done a couple things together, and we've had fun at the same time. So, oh, I didn't know you. I knew you had a girlfriend, but I didn't know she lived up in Pennsylvania. I thought she was local.
yep, yep, nope,
She's up in Pennsylvania.
yep.
Yeah, so jump off topic for a second. If you had a favorite local restaurant, since I know you're up and about around this great state in Atlantic and Cape May counties, favorite restaurant?
Oh boy, you really put me on the spot. We're fortunate. We have so many good local eateries that are around here. I mean, if you want to go take out pizza, of course you got Randazzo's here, 34th Street. Randazzo's is a good place. Of course, everybody loves Mac and Manco's. Uh, Barrios, all the local hot spots that we have here in Ocean City. Kirk's Pizza is a good place, but if you want to talk restaurants, locally, Touch of Italy is a great place. The Library 3 is a great place. Steak 38 up at Cherry Hills, a good place. We're blessed in that regard, and that you don't have to go to a chain restaurant to have a good meal. You have many local local cuisines that you can have. I mean, Cousins Restaurant here in Ocean City, they do great things. I mean, you name it.
Yeah, you name it, you can find it, really. I mean, you name it, they have it kind of deal. Yeah, and I know you're a what? A Chiefs fan?
Yep, Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champion.
So, so let me ask you this. Did you become a Chiefs fan when Andy Reid went to Kansas City, or were you always a Chiefs fan?
I became a Chiefs fan in 1993 when a gentleman by the name of Joe Montana was traded there. I became a Chiefs fan then.
Oh, oh, that's right. Joe Montana was traded there, and I wasn't that close to the end of his
Yes,
career. Career.
he spent his last 2 years there. Yep, and
Yeah,
that's how I became. I just stayed with the team, and that's how I became a fan.
they've had some good years, but lately they've been on an uphill climb in the in
Well,
the.
they right now they're the defending Super Bowl champion, and they're 8-1 right now. They in the last year they've only lost one game. They're 17-1 in the last calendar year. So that's pretty good. And like I said, they're the defending Super Bowl champion, and they have a really great quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if you know who that is, but I don't know how closely you follow sports. I think you follow at least a little bit, so you probably do know who that is. But yeah,
Yeah, I do know who Mahomes is.
they're living a good life right now, and let's
You,
hope it continues.
do you have any other sports interests like baseball, basketball?
I like them all. So in baseball, I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. In basketball, I'm a Los Angeles Lakers fan, and in hockey, I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. And in college basketball, I'm a Duke fan. And in football, college football, I'm Miami Hurricanes fan. So as I said, you know,
But very diverse.
yeah,
And
I don't, people try to say that Philadelphia is the local teams. I don't subscribe to that. I live in New Jersey. I don't live in Pennsylvania, and we don't have a football team, so or any other team. So we have the New Jersey Devils, but we didn't way back, and so I don't subscribe to Philadelphia being a local team, but I know many do, and when they have success, that's good. I'm glad to see many of my friends happy, but it's not for me.
and this will be my last question. I know you're close friends with Antoine McClellan. You met him. Just tell us a little bit about how you met him.
So Antoine and I have been friends since we were knee high to a grasshopper. We spent many a time together at the basketball courts in Ocean City, and then he was when I was in the intermediate school, he was playing basketball in the high school, so we interacted a lot that way. And then as we got older, oftentimes when you get older, with people you're friends with in school, you tend to drift apart. You lose contact because your life goes in different directions. Well, he and I, our lives kind of took the same path. He's involved in political service, public service as an assemblyman. We served on city council together. He was a member of the school board. I was on city council with him. He's now in the state assembly. So we've managed to stay, really, really, really close. He's like a brother, and you know, I'm fortunate to have you don't have that many friends like that. So I'm
Yes,
fortunate
and
to have him.
I do too. Uh, Folks, thank you for watching. Fourth Councilman Bobby Barr. Thank you, Bobby, for being my guest today. Some very interesting conversation and insight for people to learn about my guests and just exactly where did you come from and how we relate. So thank you, Bobby.
Jacob, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be with you, and I'm glad to come back with you at any time.
Thank you, Bobby. So for Bobby Barr, I'm Jacob Hackett saying I will see you guys next time.
We good, Jacob?
Yeah, we're good, Bobby.
Okay. Thank you, bud. Anytime, bud.
Yep, thank you.
Do you have a website or something that you're pushing this out on?
I have a Facebook page, www.facebook.com/My South Jersey Journey. You can go like.
Send it out, will you?
I will send it out as soon as I finish this recording.
Okay. Well, I didn't know about it.
Yes, I do. I will send it out as soon as I finish. Thank you, Bobby.
You want me to sign off?
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna end.
Okay, great. See you later, Jacob. Have a good day, buddy. I'll
You
talk
too.
to you.
You too.